Okay. Hi guys. Hello. Okay. Hi. Welcome to Vedantu. Welcome to We Learn English. So the world of live education. It's all online where we learn everything live and it's all online. Of course. So glad to see all of you here today. Hi Rekha. Hi Nitin. Hi Anushka. Hi Riddhi. Neha. Vex. Legans. Hi Sukh. Sukhdeep. Syed. Speed. Awesome, awesome, awesome. I hope all of you are doing great, super, mind blowing, amazing. And for those who are new to this channel, and if you haven't subscribed to We Learn English, make sure you subscribe right now. Do not only subscribe, hit the bell icon as well, so that you don't miss the opportunity for self improvement. Yes, you heard me right. It is a self improvement channel. The name is We Learn English, but then we are doing on this channel. I have been covering um, anything and everything about English language, academically and non academically as well. So, be it your grammar topics, vocabulary topics, writing skill topics, that will, of course, help you with your, to score better marks, which is for academics. But then there is this non-academic side as well to this channel. So when I say the non-academic side, public speaking, how is that you can speak English better, fast, fluently, confidently. And additionally, I'm a human psychologist as well. I've done human psychology through science and spirituality approach. So I also talk about how your mind works, how's that you can make your mind work for you and not against you. So you can check out my videos on how to control your mind, how to deal with the negative thoughts, how to enhance your personality. So if you see, in a nutshell, it helps you to become a better version of what you can be, not only in terms of communication, but in terms of other psychological aspects as well. All right. So if you haven't subscribed, make sure you subscribe right now. Ask your other friends also to subscribe. And today's topic we are learning is WH questions. Now, before we dive into the uh, world of WH questions, we will see this here. Hey, thank you, thank you. Google user, you can check out my account, yeah? That's okay. Hi, Sumita. Okay. Thank you. Thank you for the compliments. Hi, Anushka. Hi, Virendra. Chalo, theek hai. So when you guys are learning online, there is one thing that we have closely observed at Vedantu when it's online education happening. These are the problems that students face. Many students here, almost every student. The problems you face is related to your doubts, notes, tests and assignments, competitive exams, the choice of schedule, and the choice of language, which is these are the two most challenging factors. The choice of schedule for your lectures and the choice of language as well. That is, it could be the medium of language, could be Hindi or English. And the choice of schedule is, of course, really important. So these are the problems we face. And there is one thing that Vedantu is going to make sure that we are going to address all these problems. There is a solution to all these problems. And yeah, you heard it right. That's going to be a pro news. This is a pro news that all your problems can be solved at Vedantu. To know how, stay tuned. That's going to be some suspense. And I've got one more good news for you guys. One more good news for you guys. Look at this here. Hey, thank you, Anushka. Thank you for the compliments. So this is another good news where on this Friday, 31st of July at 7 p.m., a very popular, a beautiful, and an amazing actress, Vidya Balan is going to come live with us as in the character of Shakuntala Devi. So she is going to help us bring the genius out. Okay. So bring out the genius in you. Attend this master talk. To sign up for this master talk, go on to this link, guys. Visit this link, vdnt.in/genius. The link is also given in the description box. The link is also given in the description box. Don't forget. to sign up for this masterclass. You simply have to sign up and tune in live at 7 p.m. 31st of July, this Friday. So that was about it. And as I told you, if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, make sure you subscribe to the channel and stay tuned for the suspense that I told you. Suspense about how is that your problems can be solved on Vedantu's platform, the problems that we discussed of learning online. And that's what about me. So guys, if you don't know me yet, that's what my name is, Dheeraj Gabeja. You can call me DG. That's my, you can use the acronym DG. The D is for my first name and G is for my last name here. So Dheeraj Gabeja. I'm master teacher of English at Vedantu, and I have been teaching English for more than approximately 9 years. I'm not only an academic English teacher, like I teach English as a subject academically right from grades 8 to 10 and even 10 plus as well. More than that, I'm a communication coach. So I've been training people on communication skills, the language aspects of it, how that you can speak English better, faster, more fluently, confidently, public speaking skills, US accent, UK accent, so all of that. And besides this, I'm a human psychologist as well. So something that I've studied about mind psychology through science and spirituality approach. That is something that helps me to be a better version of myself every day, which results in self improvement. So that is something I'm going to talk about on this channel. So amazing. That's about it. That's about me. So the US and UK English, I'm gonna soon have sessions on US accent and UK accent. I'm gonna make those sessions here so that you can sound and you can use English like a native speaker. You see, using English like a native speaker. That's fascinating. That's fun, isn't it? Chalo, theek hai. Amazing. Now let's tune into this topic, WH questions. So this is the first session of this topic, WH questions. I will have another session also because this is a little advanced topic. So it's grammar time now. Ladies and gentlemen, fasten your seatbelts, put yourself on the top gear, and let's ride. Let's ride into the ride of WH questions. Let's look at this word WH. The word WH makes it very clear. So what are these WH questions? So that's what we're going to talk about. Look at this here. Look at this, guys. Yeah, so WH questions. WH questions, they begin with these WH words. That's what, when, where, who, whom, which, whose, why, and how. Even though how is not a WH, I mean, it doesn't start with a WH as a spelling, but it is included in the list of WH questions. So this is the list. What, when, where, who, whom, which, whose, why, and how is also included. So we use them to ask for information. The answer cannot be yes or no. So these are not a yes-no question. For example, if I ask you guys, do you guys like ice cream? Okay, this is a typical yes-no question. Do you guys like ice cream? Maybe a dark chocolate, vanilla, strawberry, whatever. I personally like Baskin and Robbins dark chocolate. All right, and naturals as well. So do you guys like ice cream? The answer would be yes or no. But when I ask you a WH question, why do you like an ice cream? Then you cannot say yes or no, right? You have to give me proper explanation. Maybe you like ice cream because that's a tasty dessert, or maybe it kind of helps you be in a good mood, it cheers you up, something like that. So look at this here. These are the WH questions. So using when. So when do you finish college? The answer to that could be next year. Who's your favorite actor? Mr. Thomas for sure. Now, Mr. Thomas is maybe some junior actor or something like that, in Hollywood. So, who's your favorite actor? Mr. Thomas for sure. So, these are like WH questions. You give proper information. The answer cannot be yes or no. Look at this, how we form WH questions. Look at the structure. Hi, Shrishti. Hi, Shrishti. I've already taken your name, Shrishti. Welcome to the session. Welcome, Pratham. Hi, Manaswini. Glad to see all of you. Hey, DJ Gaming. We have DJ Gamer. Then we have Web of. So look at this here. So how is that we frame WH questions? Look at the structure that we guys use. Guys, let's look at the structure. We usually use this structure here. It starts with the WH word, then an auxiliary verb. The auxiliary verb could be in the be form, do form, or have form, followed by a subject and then the main verb. Or it could also be a WH word followed by a modal verb, followed by a subject and a main verb. Look at this here. So when we use a be primary verb, primary auxiliary verb, am, is, are, was, were, be. So look at this here. So when are you leaving? Look at the structure we are using. Look at the structure, guys. It starts with the WH, it follows by an auxiliary verb. Are is an auxiliary verb here. Okay, and then the subject, you is a subject, then the main verb is leaving. Look at this one. Who apostrophe S means who has been paying the bills. So bin is a third form of be, as we all know. It's a third form of be. So that's a be form here. Am, is, are, was, were, be. Then bin. Bin is the third form, you see. Past participle form. So who has been paying the bills? This is present perfect continuous. So look at the structure we are using. Subject, a WH word, okay, and then the auxiliary verb. That is over here we're using bin. And then if you see, paying, that is the main verb, and then the subject. So that's how it is. Look at the do verb here. Look at the do verb, doing verb. Do, does, or did. Do, does, or did. Where do they live? Again, look at the structure. WH word, an auxiliary verb, okay, subject, and the main verb. Or even if you want to use it in negation, why didn't you call me? So WH word, why. Did is an auxiliary verb here. Okay, the negation of auxiliary verb didn't. You is a subject. Call is a main verb. And for about have has had. What has she done now? What have they decided? What has she done now? What have they decided? Again, it's a question mark, you see. And finally, the last one you see. Last one you check here. A modal verb. We are using a modal auxiliary verb. Who would she stay with? Who would she stay with? So would is a modal auxiliary verb. Where should I park? Where should I park? So should is a modal auxiliary verb here. So that's what the structure over here is. A WH word followed by a modal verb, subject, and the main verb. Hey, thank you so much, Prince. That's like a very heart-touching compliment. Thank you so much, Prince. Look at this here. Take a screenshot of this, guys. Guys, take a screenshot of this. This is the structure we have to use to form a WH question. It starts with this, a WH, auxiliary verb. Auxiliary verb can be a be verb, do verb, or a having verb. Subject plus main verb. Or a WH word followed by a modal auxiliary verb, a subject and a main verb. So just take a screenshot of this. Okay. Some more information. There are times when we use a WH word without an auxiliary verb. Look at this here. There's a special note here, some information. When we want to use what, who, which, or whose, when as a subject, when these words are used as a subject, okay, or the part of the subject, we do not use the auxiliary. We use the word order subject plus verb. Look at this here. What fell off the wall? There is no auxiliary verb here. We do not say what did fall off the wall. There is no auxiliary. Which horse won? So these are used as a subjects. What is used as a subject here? Okay, interrogative pronoun basically. And which horse won is again used as an interrogative pronoun. So it is used as a subject. Who bought this? Who is again used as a subject. So we do not say who did buy this, right? So there is no auxiliary. Whose phone rang? We do not say whose phone did rang. Okay, so whose phone rang? This is all without auxiliary. So we are using no auxiliary verb here. There is no helping verb. Hey Azmat, why will I ignore you? It is as that we have to focus on the topic also, right? Hey Azmat, wonderful. Welcome to the session. Guys. Yeah. There is a new education policy which is not confirmed yet. So when it's confirmed, of course, we'll have the new Siddhant. Okay. So we are using this structure without an auxiliary verb when all these WH words are used as a subject. You see, what fell off the wall? What is the subject here? Which horse won, which is the subject here. Who bought this, who's the subject here. Whose phone rang, whose is used as a subject here. So we do not use an auxiliary verb. Okay. Now compare this, guys. Compare this information. Who owns this bag? Here, this WH word who is the subject of the sentence and this bag is the object. Owns is a verb, right? So who is the subject here? Interrogative pronoun. And this bag is the object. So we use no auxiliary verb because who is used as a subject. A WH word is used as a subject. There is no auxiliary verb. You see, we use no auxiliary verb. But look at this one. Who do you love the most? Maybe your parents, brother, sister, whatever. So who do you love the most? So look at this here. Over here, who is the object of the sentence? And you is the subject. Okay. Who do you love the most? So you is the subject here. It is reversed. It is reversed. Over here, who is the subject? You know, the doer of the action. Here, if you see, the action is done on who. So it is the object, the receiver of the action. And you is the subject. So we use the auxiliary verb do. Here there is no auxiliary verb. Here we have the auxiliary verb. That is do. So who do you love most? Here, who owns this bag without auxiliary. Just compare this. When we want to use a negative WH question, look at this here. When we want to frame a negative WH question in negation, look at this here. This is the structure we are using. When we ask negative WH questions, we use the auxiliary verb do when there is no other auxiliary or modal verb. Even when the WH word is the subject of the clause. Look at this here. Look at this, affirmative with no auxiliary. The positive sentences with no auxiliary, and the negative sentence with the auxiliary do. Okay, do, does, or did. Do, does, or did. Who wants an ice cream? Look at this here. Who wants an ice cream? Who does not want an ice cream? Look at this here. There is no auxiliary here. There is no auxiliary, without any auxiliary. And here we are using the negative form of do. That is negative form of do, doing verbs. There is do, does, or did. Who doesn't want an ice cream? So here, because we are talking about the use of ice cream, the desire for ice cream in general, so we are saying who doesn't, you know, because that has a third person impact. Which door opened? So again, there is no auxiliary. Which door didn't open? I'm using in negation. So look at the auxiliary did. Yeah. So you can take a screenshot of this also. When we want to frame a negative WH question. To frame a negative WH question, this is how it would be. So when it's a positive WH question, there will be no auxiliary most of the times. And when it's a negative WH question, we use the auxiliary do. According to the tense. So here it's a present tense. Of course, we are using does. And here it's a past tense, you see. Which door didn't open? So we are using did. The auxiliary verb do has do, does, and did. We are talking about doing verbs basically. To do verbs. To do verbs. This is the category to do verbs. Do, does, and did. Yeah. Hi, Sukriti. Anushka wants an ice cream. Sure. We'll try it some other time. Hi, Prince. Okay. So let's look at this here. Next word. Look at this here. We are adding a WH word at the end of a statement to make a question. See, when we use English to speak, when we say spoken English, so in speaking, we can sometimes turn WH questions into statement questions. Look at this here. What's today's date? Or today's date is what? Only when you're speaking casually with a friend or something, this is considered okay. Colloquial English. Like when you have a conversation casually. It's basically what is today's date, right? But then we can change it to today's date is what? This is how we talk to our friends, talk to people casually. Hey, today's date is what? It could be with anyone. But then we don't use this English. We don't use this sentence formation when we have to use English formally, especially written English. When you want to write it, we avoid this. So look at this here. You're traveling with who? And a more formal way would be, who are you traveling with? Let's say you talk to your friend. You simply ask your friend, you're not being formal with your friend. You're kind of very comfortable and casual with your friend, maybe with your best friend. So you say, hey, you're traveling with who? That's how we speak. So we use this WH word at the end. We use this WH word at the end. But then it's not formal. If you want to use this formally, a more formal way, We say, who are you traveling with? Look at this here. Who are you traveling with? So who is at the beginning of the sentence? The answer could be with Larry. We are actually going on a bikes. This is how the answer could be, with Larry, with Rahul, with my best friend, with my parents, or whatever. So you're traveling with who? We are actually going on our bikes. Maybe a bike ride. How many of you like bike rides? How many of you like bike rides? If you really like this session, guys, make sure you express your love by liking the video. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Super. Next, look at this here. Look at this here. This is the last part of the topic where we are using prepositions and particles with WH questions. This is a small topic for today. So this is the last part. Look at this here. Pay attention. This is really important. All of you, pay attention. So prepositions and particles with WH questions. So we can use WH words and phrases after prepositions in more formal questions. Look at this here. Where will the money come from? Where will the money come from? So we use a preposition, we are using a preposition at the end. But then if I say from where will the money come? This is formal. When it's a formal usage, we are saying from where will the money come? Look at this here. This is a formal usage. But if it's not formal, you can use the preposition at the end. Where will the money come from? Or from where will the money come? It's formal. And especially when it's spoken English, when you're speaking English. In informal styles, especially in speaking, the preposition may be separated and placed at the end of the question clause. Look at this here. What will I talk to her about? What will I talk to her about? So the preposition about is at the end. But that's there. So this is informal type here. Who should we send the invitation to? Who should we send the invitation to? So difference between who and whom. So whom is more like an objective quality. It is an objective pronoun. So it should actually be whom, but then if you're using it informally, you can use who. But then you get this here. Whom should we send the invitation to? If you want to use it strictly formally, in a very strict sense, if you want to use it formally in a very strict sense, we must use whom. Who is basically the subject form, the subject case of who. In the subject case, you will use who. In the object case, you will use whom. Whom is actually used in the objective case. So in the subject case, who is your favorite maybe celebrity? Who is your favorite celebrity? So we use who here. And then if I want to use whom do you appreciate the most? Whom do you appreciate the most? So whom is used as an object here after the verb. So when it is before the verb, we use who. When it's after the verb, we use whom in the objective position. So here, if you see whom should we send the invitation to, this is logically as an object, right? The receiver of the action, the receiver of invitation. So it should be whom, but then if you're using it informally, we can use who. We can use who. Now look at this here. To whom should we send the invitation? This is like more formal. If you begin with this, to whom. And then for what reason did she leave him? So look at this here. We're using this very formally. A preposition plus a WH phrase. For what reason? For what reason? So this is how we use WH questions with prepositions and particles. Preposition and particles. A particle just could be a part of a preposition, a part of a phrasal verb, or a part of a phrase. That's what a particle is. Particle in grammar is just the smallest concept, the smallest unit, which does not have its own existence. So it can be used along with a verb, in a phrase, in a clause. That's what we mean by particles. Okay. Now look at this here. When we make questions shorter, we usually put the preposition and its complement together. We are all meeting up tonight, right? If you want to make the questions shorter, we want to shorten them. So we are all meeting up tonight. At what time? You see? Look at this here. This is how you ask the question. At what time? We do not say, what time are we all meeting tomorrow or tonight? What time are we all meeting tonight? That's a long way, right? That's a long question. So if you want to use a short form, We say at what time, not what time at. We do not say what time at. So it starts with the preposition at what time. You know, that's how it is. Short form there. So questions again the short forms. So when we ask questions using verbs consisting of a main verb plus particle, which is a combination, which is called a phrasal verb. See, get up. So get is the main verb, up is used as a particle here, as a preposition. It could be a preposition, it could be a verb also. Set out. These are phrasal verbs. If you do not know what phrasal verbs are, to check out the concept of phrasal verbs in detail, please check out my video top 10 phrasal verbs. I've made a video on top 10 phrasal verbs, which is very important. For example, shout to has a different meaning and shout at has a different meaning. So when I say shout to someone, I have to, that means I raised my voice so that the other person, that I'm audible to the other person. So I shouted to someone. But then when I shout at someone, it has a different meaning. That means I'm angry with a person. Shout at has a different meaning, shout to has a different meaning. These are called phrasal verbs. Okay. We do not separate the verb from the particle or preposition. Look at this here. When did you wake up this morning? We don't say up, when did you wake? That will be wrong English, right? It begins like this. When did you wake up? Because this wake up is used together. Wake up is like a combination. So wake up. Similarly, look at. What are you looking at? Okay. Or something like, whom did you speak to? Speak to. So look at, look for, speak to, speak with. These are all phrasal verbs. Yeah. When did you wake up this morning? So Sukriti says 5 o'clock. That's quite early, yeah? Early to bed, early to rise. That's nice. Perfect, perfect, perfect. So guys, that's all about the first session. This is all about the first session of WH questions. I'm going to stop the first session here. I'm going to attach the description. I'm going to attach the download link, the link to download the PPT, the link to download this PDF so that you can revise the whole concept that we have studied today. And we can continue some more examples and some more explanation in the second session of WH questions. Okay. And then I told you about the problems, right? The problems that we face when we learn online. And I told you I'm going to give you the solution to it. This is the solution that Vedantu has to offer. The problems are doubt solving, notes, tests and assignments, competitive exams, the choice of schedule, the choice of language, it's all sorted. And there are bonus features as well. Look at these bonus additional features that you get. So these are like unlimited live class. It's going to be a part of the subscription. You get access to all micro and crash courses. Performance reports are sent to you. You get personal attention in the sessions. For example, when you're learning on YouTube or any other random platform, you don't get personal attention, right? But in Vedantu, when we learn on Vedantu's platform, you get all these benefits here. So to avail these benefits, you simply have to go on this link. Just visit this link, guys. The link is also given in the description box. Please check. That's vdnt.in/ytpro. Use the coupon code DGPro. You can use the coupon code DGPro, all right? So it sounds cool, right? DGPro, DGPro. So Vedantu Pro, DGPro. That's how it is. So use this coupon code DGPro, not DJ, okay? Because it sounds cooler, I know, but then it's DG. Dheeraj Kabeja, DG Pro. That's what my teacher code is, the coupon code is. So when you use this coupon code, you want to go onto this link, select the grade. We have all 12 grades here. Select your grade. Second step would be you select your board, your CBSE, ICSE or a state board. Then you check out the details, all the features and benefits which are a part of the subscription, a pro subscription. Unlimited live class, you interact with your best teachers here, master teachers and even class teachers. Unlimited doubt solving, in-class doubt solving. There will be test assignments, study material, guaranteed score improvement. And the best part is you decide the schedule. Isn't it amazing? You decide the schedule to watch your, or to simply study. You decide the schedule to study. That is one of the best features. I will say the best feature. I wish I had this feature when I was a student. So when you simply click on get subscription, these are the options. A 1 month subscription will cost you just 2294 after the coupon code. Before coupon code, it's 2700. That's 2699. And then after you apply my coupon code, you get a flat discount of approximately 400 rupees and the price drops down to 2294. Then if you go for a 3-month subscription, the price drops down to 5949 from 7000. That's again amazing discount. And if you go for a 6-month subscription, there is a flat 48% saving. If you see, the price drops down to 9,774 from 11,500. So usually the price is 11,500, but then Vedantu has, considering the challenging situation that we are going through, the lockdown phase, and how badly our education is affected. Schools are struggling, everybody's struggling. So, we at Vedantu, we have made sure that your studies should not be affected, and at the same times, of course, you should save your money. So this is like you saving your money without compromising on your education. After a human being's survival is taken care of, your food, clothing, shelter, the most important aspect in a human being or for a human being is education. So the most important aspect of your life, which is education, it must be quality education. There should be no compromise on education at all. So you get this here. And but then the best quality education, you get the best quality education by saving your money. Isn't that even more amazing? So to save the money and get the best quality education, use the coupon code DGPRO. DGPRO. Just visit on this link, vdnt.in/YUPro. Log on to this link, use the code, avail the discount, make the best use of services, and that's all. That's all about the session, guys. So thank you so much for watching. If you really like the video, make sure you express your love by liking the video, by hitting a like button there. Leave your valuable comments. It could be any comment, no, positive, negative, whatever. I'm open to any kind of feedback. Leave your comments in the comment section. Okay. And I request you to share the videos, not only this video, but then all the possible videos on your Instagram, Facebook, and other social networking accounts, so that people who are in your contact, they get to know about this channel and they don't miss the amazing learning. And if you haven't subscribed, make sure you subscribe to the channel right now before I sign off. So thank you for watching. You were learning WH questions with DG Sir. Until next time, I'm signing off. See you all in the next session. Bye bye. Take care.